Welcome back, everybody, to the RSC Season 8. It's your boy Hops back at it again on the microphone. We've just seen a fantastic series between Flame and Finale going 2-2, but it does cement Flame in that sixth and final spot for play-ins. Finale, that was their last series of the Premier tier this season, but don't worry, next season's going to be bigger and better as ever. So a lot of exciting stuff ahead. B-Shake Man in the helm of the stream doing a fantastic job. Maybe a little bit better than he played yesterday on stream, but still doing a better job here as he did on stream. But now we're having Bar Manitam with the most luscious of locks here joining me on the casting desk. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing really, really well. That Premier match, so important, as you said, Finale. And this match has so many consequences as well. They've already guaranteed that they get into the play-ins, but these teams want to get those top two spots. You know, JAFFA Cakes still with an outside chance to sneak in, but Iovi very much in that fight. And if they sweep here tonight, Hops, they guarantee first place.
They really do. And Iovi battling with Nocturne for that #1 seed right now. But the JAFFA Cakes, this is a bit more of a pivotal match for them, as they really need to start, get these W's in order to have a bit more of an essential and solidified place for playoff/play-ins. If they go 8-0 this week, they have potential of claiming one of those 1 or 2 spots away from Nocturnal Iovi, so which is a big setting for them. So if we're having a look at the stats here, well, first versus fourth, 68 and 64 games played respectively. You can just see the wins very close between these two teams, 7 separating them. Hence why the 8-0 for JAFFA Cakes this week is huge. But Iovi, they are one mammoth of a squad to face up.
Yeah, they are. And JAFFA Cakes' other match this week is Phoenix. I think that one's on stream as well on Sunday. So JAFFA Cakes are going up against the teams that they need to overtake. So they somewhat have it in their own hands. I think they still need Nocturne's other result to go in their way. But, they've got the goals for it. They've got some form as well. They've only lost 1 in their last 7 matches. So they certainly have potential. 180 goals for 141 goals against. They're certainly trying to punch up to Iovi here, but it's a winnable match, and they really, really need these wins if they don't want to have to go through that trawl of the play-ins.
Yeah, they really don't want to have to do that task of play-ins, but still, when it comes to the Elite and Premier, play-ins is all to play for. And if we look at player stats, we're going to have a look at seeing how these two teams match up. I must admit, I'm a big fan of JSW, as he does play for the university that I go to. Only a first year, I'm a master's student, but still have to support the little ones now and then. But Iovi on the other side, Darky, Lukapuja Stadium and Strafe. I mean, what a side. You can't talk about Elite right now without talking about Iovi.
Yeah, I was looking at the leaderboards before this, Luke. Top of the league in assists, Stadium. Top of Elite in points, MVPs, goals, shots, and hat-tricks. So they've got so many good stats. Stadium with 81 goals. And Lukaku with 65 assists. I mean, the stats are definitely fully in Iovi's favour.
They are very much so. And we are going to be getting into this game ASAP, as we're going to message the players to join up into the lobby. And whilst we do so, Monk, give me your predictions.
It's tough because, you want to back the underdog here. JAFFA Cakes coming in needing the massive week. And they've certainly got players just... I think he's played in every single one of JAFFA Cakes' wins, but... I do think I have to give it to Iovi. They've credit where credit's due. They've been a really, really good side in Elite this season. So I'll give JAFFA Cakes a game though. 3-1 for Iovi.
Fantastic stuff. So Iovi is the call for the Monkmeister, aka Barmanitan. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a controversial one. Ooh. I'm gonna say 4-0 for JAFFA Cakes.
Wow, you back them?
I think JAFFA Cakes are gonna come out swinging, but. It's only a matter of time until we see. Stadium does find that clearance to Darky, who's trying to find the redirect, not able to do so. Can be met with the clearance. Nice shot from Stadium, a little bit high. JSW did have to jump for that to cover that angle. It's taken away by Jusk. Now on the field, Lukapu going to go off his own ceiling there. Find the touch, he does so. JSW there though, can he finish it? No, he can't. He actually leaves it to bounce, but it's taken away by Darky at the last second. JAFFA Cakes missing out on opportunity here, but is it going to be a goal? It is, and it is going to be JAFFA Cakes taking the lead here in game #1.
Maybe that 4-0 is a little bit more in the cards now. This Iovi defense was absolutely nowhere for the last 20-30 seconds, and I was talking about all of Stadium's, all of Lukapu's attacking stats. Maybe it's the defense that's going to be the problem for them here.
It could be the defense issue. JSW going to come off the ceiling here, find a second touch of his own. It's actually played straight into one of the players. As Lukapu does find that clearance down the field, going to look for the second touch, cannot find it. Set met by JSW. Stadium trying to make something happen here, not able to do so. Stadium though with the shot playing a little bit high. I mean, whiffs are just palpable right now.
You're coming in as the top scorer in Elite, and you do that in a matchup where you really need game wins. You need them to try and guarantee that you do get top 2. I mean, they've been there for quite a while now, but Phoenix are right on their tails. That's more like it from Mime Stadium. Immense his former miss, and he does get the equalizer for Iovi.
Great equalizer it was indeed. And Stadium being that top scorer, getting the goal in the back of the net exactly where it needs to be. 1 apiece, and now finally Iovi finding a little bit of momentum. With 102 goals though for Lukapu is just ridiculous. That line indeed, and I'm definitely looking for him to link up with his teammates to put it into the back of the net. But it's actually an aerial play here. Couldn't find the second touch. It falls into the path of Darky. He's trying to take it away. He does so. Luke finds the clearance. Going to go off the backboard there. Straight into the pass of Lukapu. Lukapu well read by JSW to put it down to the ground. Thrashy's going to find the clearance. So JSW gets demoed. Darky misses whiffs actually. Throws off Thrashy a little bit there. Does allow Lukapu to get the touch away. But JSW is going to put the clearance in down the field. Rotations are coming out. JSW couldn't find the angle. Plays off the backboard instead. Just with the shot. Lukapu with the block though. Almost a potential for JAFFA CAKES to go up 2-1 in this game. But kept out by this Iovi roster at the last second.
Yeah, improved defensive play from them. The rotation is just about getting there in time to block out JAFFA CAKES. And when you look at the sort of goal that went in for JAFFA CAKES here in the first one, it's nice to see. It gives them a little bit more confidence, and now they can play up the other end a little bit more freely.
It is going to be interesting to see how these two teams kind of match up as the games progress further and further along. Just trying to find the shot. But Lukapu going to take it away. Stadium going to find that ball though. Zero boost to work with. Obviously Lukapu plays it off the backboard. However, all three players have linked up quite far up. Darky had to rotate back fast enough for JSW put the shot on. One apiece still. Tusk can't finish it with an awkward angle for him to get his car at. And it still seems to be like JAFFA CAKES have find themselves with opportunities, but just cannot close them out.
Yeah, they need to do a little bit better. First goal wasn't exactly a marvelous attacking goal, so they've got to maybe up the creativity a little bit here, because even if Iovi have looked a little bit weak, they definitely are still a quality elite team. You don't get to this high on the table without having somewhat solid defensive line, and JAFFA CAKES are going to need something a little bit more special to try and crack that.
100%, and that demo may be the opening for the books for them, but a whiff like that from Jusk is not what you need. As the touches needs to be being a bit more pivotal as he gets demoed as well. Lukapu. JSW plays it off his own backboard to evade any potential dangers. His Stadium was coming in for that shot. Good clearance coming out from Thrashy. Darky though, as that third man, as always, acting so pivotally. Jusk, Thrashy with the hit down into the corner. Darky there waiting on the board. Jusk has gone up. Jusk with the shot. A little bit wide. JSW, can he follow up? Yes, he can, but plays it wide as well. But Jusk plays it off the upright. How could you miss that?
JAFFA CAKES, what's gone wrong there? Iovi were ripe for the taking, but you just completely missed the back of the net. Now you're having to try and get another one. You still can't do anything with it, and with a minute, just less than a minute left on the clock, I don't know how JAFFA CAKES don't have the leads.
Very painful indeed. JAFFA CAKES find themselves opportunities, and to be honest, they look like much more dangerous on attack than this Iovi was to do. But they have to start completing their shots, and a beautiful save from Jusk is going to keep their lives alive at the 30 seconds tick down. JSW going to come away with the ball. Going to try to go up the side wall. Bit of an aerial play here. Does get the second touch around one. Yeah, with Jusk with the with a save coming out from Stadium at the last second to keep them in. 15 seconds left on the clock, and it's Stadium. Unbelievable clutching out. 10 seconds and ticking. Just can't find the angle. And it's going to be Iovi clutching it out, keeping themselves alive. Lukapu going to come away with the ball. He's going to find the dribble, but it's going to lead into an overtime. These two teams battling it out. Left, right, and center.
JAFFA CAKES throwing so much at Iovi, and it just isn't working. Iovi somehow finding out that was a crazy save from Mime Stadium. Never mind all the misses coming out from JAFFA CAKES, so Surely they have to be favourites coming into this overtime. They've got the momentum, trying to cancel out Iovi's good form. They come in with winning 5 and 6, but at this rate, this could very well be a game 1 loss. Thrashy looking for the goal, can only find the backboard. Luke Capo double committing with his teammate. Now they go again, but Luke gets it clear and hops. This is madness.
Absolutely ridiculous. Lukapu gets bumped away from his shot, but Darky's going to find the ball. Plays off the bad ball again, looking for his teammate, cannot find it. Luke Stadium is there, puts the shot on, but it's off the bad ball again. And Lukapu's shot is blocked by Tusk at the last second. JSW is going to decide to play it into the corner, looking for his teammate, Juska. As he does so, Ray over to the opposite side of the field. JSW is going to find himself with the ball. Not much boost to work with, though. Just going to go off the sidewall there. Boom it down the field, looking for the second touch. He does find it, but a little over his teammate's head of Thrashy. Just again making the game alive. A minute of overtime just surpassed. JSW gets a touch to his opposite corner, looking for his teammate Thrashy. He's going to control the ball. Can't play it around Darky, reads it nicely, but Jusky's there. But Jusk whiffs, actually, forcing JSW to come off his line there. And JSW does a fantastic job of pinching it down the field, straight into the path of Lukapu. Lukapu plays it around 1. Can have a bit of moment here. Tries to go for the flick, but JSW reads it nicely. Lukapu, though, recovers, finds another shot of his own. JSW cannot find the clearance with that touch. They didn't put it into the center. Looking for the second off his own, but Jusk is there to keep it alive. Back and forth right now. Can anybody break this gridlock of overtime?
Yeah, I haven't seen a quality shot in a while. No, JAFFA Cakes had a few opportunities, but they've now been penned in for a few moments here as Iovi trying to get their offense up and running, but still no goal forthcoming. Luke Capo goes up the other end, but again, JAFFA Cakes get back. This time it's the GM, JSW, and the defense keeps holding out. Here he is again. It's on the end of the pitch, but Luke Capo will make the interception. No State will try and have a shot, but it's off harmlessly to the side, and it's really starting to the tempo's really starting to rise, and once more it just keeps getting higher and higher, these sticks.
Temperature of this game is massively high. Just puts a shot on of his own, gets a demo onto Stadium. Lukapu is there with the ball, fakes out JSW, tries to go for the flick, and actually fakes out another player, Thrashy. Jusk is the player to come away with it. Stadium is last player back, though. Jusk actually getting the bumper. Can he pop it up and high enough? But no, Stadium recovers at the last second to keep this game alive. Darky comes away with the ball, plays it around Thrashy. Jusk is there. Decides to pop it lightly off the sidewall and actually gets the recovery to air dribble it down the field. Bit of a double commit happening there. Lukapu gets a second touch of his own, tries to pop it around 1, cannot find it. Stadium, though, with the shot, but it's saved by the GM, JSW, to keep their hopes alive. JAFFA Cakes working and fighting, both sides, both defenses just fighting to the bitter end at every instance. However, Darky finds himself a shot, Thatchy with the save, keeping this goal out. Stadium double commit, though, JSW being the player to keep it out. The shot from Darky not going to be too dangerous. There's not enough power, was behind it. Lukapu controlling that midfield really, really well. Going to go for the edge of ball, does find it, plays it off the babble, looking for a teammate. Can he find it? Can he find the double touch? He can, but it's a little bit wide. And the shot from Stadium blocked by JSW again. He's going to put it down to the middle, looking for Juska, and the shot too high again. These two teams battling it out. Both teams having opportunities, but neither breaking the gridlock of defense.
The openings are coming thick and fast now for these offenses, but nearly 4 minutes into OT, none of them can find the back of the net. JAFFA Cakes again survive. JAFFA Cakes again go on the counter, but Darky blocks this one out. The defenses just keep finding a way. There's been double commits, there's been misses, but there's always someone waiting. It's the man again.
Thrashy keeping the team alive. Jusk is making so awkward for Dark and Lukapu. Darky cannot recover, and Thrashy is going to take this first game for JAFFA Cakes. What on earth have we just witnessed in this game?
Unbelievable scenes. We're only one game in to this series. It's such an important series. And JAFFA Cakes, they keep their hopes of top 2 alive with the game 1 win. This is there's no words to describe what's going on. I can't believe there's still 3 more games to go for this, because these teams, it feels like they've already tired themselves out because of that massive OT.
You know, I am going to say it. That was the best game 1 in RSC I have ever casted and seen. What a ridiculous matchup. We're in for one hell of a ride. But, as you said, we're calming it down now. Fatigue is going to be that big question. Who has the resilience? Who has the mental fortitude to come off the back of a ridiculous game 1 like that and to play at peak performance in games too. This is just one hell of a ride indeed.
Yeah, can't let the pressure get to you now. They've both played really, really well. Of course, JAFFA CAKES the one to come out of game 1 with the lead, but Iovi, they can't be disheartened by that. They have to know that every game in this series matters. We always say it, but it's never more true than in the end of the season. Their final match here tonight, and they need game wins. They cannot keep going this way, and if they don't find that clutch factor, then JAFFA CAKES could be right on their tails in the league standings.
They really, really are. JAFFA CAKES able to close it out, but there's all to play for as we are going to enter into game number 2. A brief break just there. Stadium restarted his game. Nice touch from Jusk. Wasn't able to follow it up. Lukapu is there for the shot. JSW blocks it, and Lukapu's been a bit quiet in his his goal scoring potential, but the person who hasn't been quiet on defense has been JSW. The countless numbers of saves he's made for his side of JAFFA CAKES has kept his team alive.
A really good defensive showing from him. It's not always easy to do that in high-stakes situations. It takes a lot to make sure you're getting back on defense and putting the work in for your team, but he certainly proved that here. His teammates haven't been much worse than him, if at all, in that front either. So JAFFA CAKES, it really was about the defense there for a lot of the time, but the offense certainly didn't shy away from shining either this time. And Stadium will get to it. JSW was going for a very ambitious shot.
I mean, when you're playing at this level and you're playing in such an even matchup, ambitious shots are sometimes the only way to break a defense. And if he'd got that ground bounce, the floor bounce shot, it would have been an unprecedented scene. As it is still this JAFFA CAKES roster piling the pressure on. Can they break this Iovi setup right now? Tashi, though, is going to be there. Puts it high, long down the field. Gets a second touch around Lukapu as well. Couldn't find the angle, but puts it down for JSW. And actually, Darky whiffs, and this could be just putting the shot in, and just does so. It's going to be JAFFA CAKES to get that first goal in and give this side a lead.
Lukens did completely commit for balls in the middle, and they both completely miss. Leaves Darky all alone. He has to commit, has to try and get something on the ball. Can't do so. Jusk is really well positioned there to get on the end of that one. So Iovi, they've got to do better in the midfield here. They do well on defense, but if they're missing balls like that, they're just inviting the JAFFA CAKES pressure. And once again, JAFFA CAKES prove that they can make the most of those opportunities they're given.
Really can. It is Lukapu who puts that shot down, looking for the double tap. Can he find it? Yes, he can. But it's bouncing in, and Lukapu with that ridiculous 102 saves with 65 goal line has been able to put that score in. A beautiful finish from him to get that slot. That's going to tie it up 1 apiece. What a series it has been so far. As Jusk gets a touch, plays it off the ceiling. Not the best of hits from him, but fortunately his teammate Thashi is there. Stadium's going to put it down the field. Looking for Lukapu with a redirect, but a save from Thrashing out of nowhere. These two teams really defending masterclasses here. A great touch from JSW. He's going to play it under one. Going to try and follow it down the field. Looking for his teammates to push up with him. Stadium with a nice clearance of his own. Puts it into the center. Jusk is there waiting. Goes for a bit of an aerial play. Actually plays it around one. Forces the 50-50 with another. The shot's going to come in from JSW, but it's going to be kept up by Lukapu with that touch of his own. Thrashy decides to pop it up high, looking for his teammate Jusk, who does a good job of making it awkward. Thrashy once again following up. A good bump from Jusk actually onto Lukapu. It's going to make it really awkward for this Iovi roster to break out of defense, but the rotations from his side is going to allow them to do so. Darky's going to pop it up. A good 50-50 in that midfield. JSW is there looking for his teammate Jusk, who's waiting in the midfield to the shot. Saved by Lukapu in that interceptive range. Both sides trying to pry open the doors between these two teams. A great bump's going to come out, but a greater save from Jusk is going to keep this scoreline 1 apiece. Lukaku trying to make something happen. Fakes out 2 players. JSW is there, though, to keep it happening. Absolute pinnacle Rocket League from these two sides.
It feels like ever since we're talking about Luke Capo's lack of goal-mouth action in game number 1, he's just been on fire. He got that goal. He got another chance straight after that, and ever since then, he's just been getting saves. He had another chance there. He's just creating everything, defending everything for Iovi, and the Irishman really looks like he wants to carry Iovi to this Game 2 victory.
Really do, but a shot from Jusk, Thashi even, is going to make it quite difficult. Lukaku with the save as well. Just mentioned his name, being such a good job throughout, through and through. A good shot from Stadium, kept out by JSW. Jusk is there, gonna decide to make it awkward. JSW follows it up, but a bit of a misplay. Allows for Darky for the shot, but whiff coming out from him is going to save this Jaffa Cake side from potential danger. Stadium trying to make something happen though. Plays it off the bat, but Ducky there with the shot, plays it high and to the top corner. And that shot just too difficult for the defense of Jaffa Cakes, who have been so on point. And that's going to give Iovi a 2-1 lead in this game.
Pixel perfect from Jarky. He just missed the shot as well, but he regains, he gets back on the play, gets the shot off, and it's a perfect shot for him. Jaffa Cakes not ever having a chance of saving that one, so they now face the deficit and only 1 minute left. Can they get back into it? They had the clutch in game number 1. They almost get the equalizer immediately, but Darky got the lead, and now he got the save for them as well. Look, Capo tries to go up the other end, but just gets there. Now Darky again. JSW gets the save. Both teams just have to be so switched on for the full 5 minutes. There's just no breaks for them.
There is absolutely no rest whatsoever. Just does get the touch. Lupo with the demo onto Thrashy. Can just make anything happen here. Decides to play off that corner poster. JSW there to meet the ball. Lukapu with a bit of an awkward touch. 30 seconds left on the clock. Stadium has to get this away from his net. He does so. Bit of a mistouch coming from Just. He pops it high. Lukapu is going to be there waiting. A good fake out from Lukapu, but JSW reads it nicely. Thrashy couldn't find any sort of dangerous redirects. Just leave it. Thor JSW puts the pass over to Thrashy. Back to JSW. Into the back of the net. 1-on-1-2 play coming out from these two players. JSW linking so perfect with Thrashy. 1-2 Buckaroo. Back of the net. And it is going to be 2 apiece in this game number 2.
You think Thrashy's rotating backwards there. He fails to find any redirect, as you said, but he just gets the boost, comes back into the play, receives it from JSW, gets it back to him, and now they have the equalizer. They might be squandering their chances, though, as they nearly go down in regular time, but we will find ourselves in OT thanks to that glorious team play from Jaffa Cakes.
What a game series this is turning up to be. If we are in any sight of an overtime of what we had in the previous game, we are in for one hell of a ride. Lukapu putting the pressure on early. It's a nice touch of his own. Can't find it again as Just gets the clearance. Straight to Buffer Stadium though. Puts it down onto the ground. Thrashy finds that clearance. Puts it down looking for Just again, but cannot get the touch they want to. A bit of a double commit in front of the net though. But Lukapu with a good car control. Able to get that over JSW with a nice flip reset as well. Bit of a moment to breathe for Thrashy. Immediately challenged by Darky though off the back of that. Not the best of touches from Stadium. It's going to allow Just to come away with the ball. Only 11 boost to work with here. He's going to try and fake out the touches. He does so well, but Lukapu reading it beautifully. A nice chip shot though. Going to force Darky to have to jump now. Just though keeping that pressure on. Being so offensive. Pass, look for the pass back, but cannot find it. JSW is there. Maybe played around him. Thrashy on the rotations though. He's going to go up that side wall. Just pop it forward, wait for his teammates to come do anything. Size play off the backboard, looking for the shot in, but just cannot find the angle, unfortunately. And Darky is there to pick up the pieces for this Iovi roster. JSW trying to pocket forward. Stadium, though, going to find the clearance, and it's going to be cleared back by Just, who was waiting on that backboard. Darky gets the touch in the midfield, but Thrashy wins that challenge again over Lukapo. A great opportunity there. JSW going to try and make something work. Has got plenty of boost, and with a plenty of air dribble, he's going to be putting the goal in the back of the net, and you're going to have to be whipping out some style points from the Jacob Meister himself in order to conserve that boost. And what is incredible about that is that Darky almost kept it out.
Everything about this series is incredible. It's unbelievable. I mean, the midfield control from Jaffa Cakes there, it seemed like Iovi were getting out of the pressure, but Jaffa Cakes just keep it piling on, and they certainly get their reward for it, and it's so hard to say it's deserved, because Iovi have been so strong too, but Jaffa Cakes are not backing off from the pressure that faces them. They heard us saying they need an 8-0 a week, and they're going for it. They started off 2-0. Can they keep it up? Can they keep going? It doesn't look like Iovi have found the answer just yet.
Really haven't. It is all to play for me. Look at the shots here. 10 from Jaffa Cakes, 8 for Iovi. Almost 10k boost consumption as well, which is ridiculous for this length of game. We are going to go straight into game number 3. I need to find my water bottle soon because my throat is going to absolutely vanish. We have to say massive props to B-Shake as well, who's doing such a good job of staying on top of things in the background as well. But these two sides so evenly matched. You can tell that they are both wanting that play-in and playoff position. Fighting so hard, and it's been Jaffa Cakes edging it just slightly.
potentially the experience coming out from JSW being that key factor that may be edging these Ws. But you cannot count Iovi. They are in that top spot for a reason. As Lukapu is there, puts it high, tries to play it around one. He does do so, plays it around the third, but that third person did get a touch, and I believe that was Thrashy. Stadium put it down for Lukapu. Lukapu couldn't get the redirect, just forces the 50-50 with IM Stadium. Darky has to get a touch there, but it's still bouncing precariously in that midfield area. JSW going to pop it up high, looking for Thrashy. Thrashy is there. Can have a little boost to work with. Darky, though, a nice touch of his own off that backboard. A good touch from Just, plays it around one. He's going to go for the early shot, forcing Lukapu to have to jump there. JSW with a nice 50 off the ceiling. A massive bump onto Thrashy. He's going to open up some space for Darky to work with. Just, though, rotating backward nicely, but actually completely misreads the pass, and it's going to be Stadium adding to his goal tally finally. That's going to put this Iovi side up by 1 goal.
That's a crazy pass from Darky. Luke Capo is meant to be the one coming in with all the assists, but that's so hard to read from Darky with the turtle flick into it. Just, you think he's in a good position for it, but I mean, you have to give props to Darky. You have to give props to Stadium for being able to know what his teammate's doing, and that just shows the level of communication that's going through here. As Darky had full faith that his pass was finding the middle for his teammate.
Really was. Darky is there, putting that pressure on. Lukapu does find another touch of his own. JAFFA Cakes really under pressure right now. JSW is going to be the player to clear it. Only 18 boost to work with. A good read on Darky's touch. Actually, he's going to keep the pressure onto the Iovi half. A bit of an awkward bounce for Lukapu, but read nicely once again. Stadium, though, trying to make something happen here. Good touch away from Jaska. Bouncing awkwardly. Darky is going to put it high towards the backboard where JSW is waiting. Well, the best of touches from him, but this may work out. As IM Stadium having to rush back with his teammates on the rotation. Thrashy actually mistiming his jump, didn't allow for that shot to come in. It's going to give Darky an opportunity to force a bit of a counter-attack. JSW, though, winning the aerial battle, finds the flip reset, gets a second touch of his own, gets bumped Lukapu as well. Opportunity to cross ball, but Stadium waiting on that backboard nicely. Lukapu, though, with an opportunity here, fakes it under and fakes it into the back of the net. Lukapu carrying his team to that 2-goal lead.
So well played. Thrashy did well to get himself in a position where Luke had to perform so well on that attack, but still didn't quite do enough. And JAFFA Cakes may be crashing back down to earth here as Iovi. I think that's their first 2-goal lead of the series, and that might prove too much for JAFFA Cakes. And Iovi, they're keeping out everything coming at them. Thrashy can find the touch now, but JSW will get one back. As soon as I say JAFFA Cakes are crashing back down to earth, they come rising back up and pull one back.
What a chaotic finish, and it's going to be the captain and GM putting that into the back of the board. Back of the goal. What a finish it was indeed. But 2-1. JAFFA Cakes are straight back into this game. Great touch, though, from Thrashy. He's going to knock it high. Does get bumped, though. Stadium waiting in the midfield. Ducky getting the demo onto Thrashy. Dangerous moments for JAFFA Cakes. JSW finds the booming clearance down the field. Good job from him to read that play. That was looking precarious for the JAFFA Cakes side. But a good read from Thrashy is going to force this Iovi roster back into their own half. JSW trying to make something happen here. Cannot do so. Thrashy's going to be on the rotation. 0 boost to work with, but a good 50-50. Making it so awkward for this side to get out of this. But just missing with the shot from Jaska. Possibly the opportunity thrown away there. JSW in that corner, popping it high and awkwardly. Thrashy's going to come away with the ball. Does get bumped into the opponent's goal. Lukapu with the fake onto Jaska. He's going to actually take it up with the aerial, and just comes flying back and bumps Lukapu out of the way. JSW, though, plays it off the backboard. Darky gets the demo onto Just, but JSW's being that pinpoint man right now. Finds the flip reset, passes it down to Thrashy. Getting the touch, but Lukapu with the dump actually could lead to Thrashy popping it, but fortunately Darky was on top of that and gets the good read. Darky now an opportunity, gets demoed by JSW, puts it forward. JSW with the redirect, looking for the pass, and Thrashy is going to be there. 2-2, all of a sudden, JAFFA Cakes are right back into this game.
One touch Rocket League, all 3 players involved. An equalizer will come through for JAFFA Cakes, and so perfectly placed from them. So tough for Iovi there. They come at them with such speed that none of the defenders are ready to do anything. And, you know, I think it's been credited to JAFFA Cakes for proving their defense so much this series. It feels like Iovi keep going to pile on the pressure, but JAFFA Cakes doing so well, pushing that second man to clear it all the way up the other end. There they got the equalizer. This time it will not be enough somehow. Iovi don't find the back of the net as Iovi smashes the crossbar.
That is so unfortunate, and could that come back to sting them? A great fake from Just, but Stadium with the booming clearance. Maybe a little bit wide, not too difficult for JSW to deal with. Going to come off the backboard, push straight into the path of Darky, the man who just missed that shot. It's all about bouncing back mentally now. Just with a nice clearance, going to go straight into the path of Lukapu. A bit awkward for him to deal with. A minute left on the clock. Lukapu's going to get bumped all over the place here. In the end, it's going to be Stadium with the clearance touch. He's going to go all the way back down the field, met by JSW, pops it high in the midfield. Trashy has gone up, cannot get the touch, decides to leave it for the shot, but just wide from Juska. It's going to be followed up by JSW, but Stadium is going to keep it out at the last second. Thrashy doing a really good job of mitigating the counter-attack, allowing his teammates to rotate back. Stadium's going to play it high off the backboard. Thrashy's going to be there for the clearance. Darky waiting in the midfield, puts it off the sidewall. Thrashy's going to get demoed though by Stadium. Going to slow down the counter-attack once again for this Jaffa Cakes roster. Ooh, the dangerous shot coming in though, but a little bit wide for Stadium. Lukapu is there to put the shot on, but it's just off the crossbar, kept out by Jusk, and Thrashy's there to keep it out again. The balls have been flying left, right, and center. Just kept out at the last second every single time. 10 seconds ticking down on this third game. Just finds that clearance all the way down the field. Darky's going to be waiting on that backboard. Going to play it around just with a nice challenge. JSW with the shot. Plays it off the backboard. Is it there? No, it's wide by Thrashy. Just can't beat it to put it in. And it's the third time. What are we seeing in this series? This is unbelievable scenes.
Every time as well, both teams have had crazy chances to finish it in regular time, but overtime comes calling once more, and we head into our third straight overtime. What is happening?
This is just ridiculous, Rocket League. Thrashy though, keeping that pressure on. Darky tried to find the clearance, just wasn't able to find that angle. Darky though now with the clearance once again. Stadium in that midfield does collect it. Push off the corner boost. The shot is going to come in from Darky. And Darky, the player who almost was able to close out in regulation, closes it out in 30 seconds of overtime. Thank God this overtime didn't go on for too much longer, because my voice could not have held on. But Iovi have finally taken a game off this storming Jaffa Cakes roster. But this third game is going to be absolutely pivotal. So if we look at the standings right now, if Jaffa Cakes are able to close this out, it's going to put them in prime position to potentially take out that third and second spot. But still, all to play for. Jaffa Cakes are doing such a good job. They've almost cemented themselves in that fourth place, but definitely aiming higher.
Yeah, I think with that win, it's going to be really, really tough for Jaffa Cakes here, if not impossible, for them to keep going. They needed that 4-1 to have any real chance, but now Iovi trying to shut down that idea and trying to get themselves back up to those top 2 spots. Because you got to remember, like, we're talking from Jaffa Cakes' perspective here, saying they're the ones that need the wins, they're the ones that need to try and get up there, but Iovi certainly haven't got top 2 guarantees. They're now only 1 ahead of Nocturne and 2 ahead of Phoenix, where they both still have another match left in the week, so it could come down to here that Jaffa Cakes cause Iovi to drop out of the top 2 and, you know, join them in the play-ins.
It really could be, and oh my god, what a matchup would it be in the play-ins if this is anything to go by. But we have one final game of this series. What a series it has been so far. These two teams battling to the death, and it has to be said, it is been an absolute bloodbath from both of these sides. Defensive masterclass is going over to both of these two teams. And what a series it has been. Just though caught in a bit of crossfire from Darky, the winning goal scorer from that previous match. JSW does get an awkward touch. All 3 players from Iovi caught in that corner. Darky's going to be the one coming away with it. Actually plays it back into the same corner. Lukapu though waiting though, trying to make something happen with it. Does play it around JSW. Lukapu they're going to put the pressure on. Plays it around the second player, but Thrashy is that third man and last man standing. Darky though with a bit of a width. Thrashy and Just trying to link up here, trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, Stadium on the rotation back. Stadium does get bumped though for his efforts. JSW's going to look for the pass back to Thrashy. Going to keep that ball into that corner. Ball now bouncing towards the midfield. A good pop from, I believe that was Lukapu. It's going to make it dangerous. But still, back and forth. Rocket League. A good demo from Just gone to IM. Stadium's going to slow this attack down. JSW does find the clearance. Stadium coming off auto respawn on the right side. Puts the pass across to Darky, but Darky was on the rotation back, so not rare of that shot. In the end, he does come back and challenge again. Thrashy gets a nice touch of his own. JSW with the clearance straight into the path of Stadium, though. Just hovering, though, slowing the game down just a little bit, allowing his teammates to reset.
He doesn't find that 50-50 onto Darky. He's going to try and put the pressure on. Darky cannot find the second touch. Stadium is there. A bit of a pancake hit, though. Is JSW just reversing into the defensive play. Lukaku trying to find the offensive opportunity in the gaps here, but there's just no way through this Jaffa Cake armor. Thrashy is going to be there. Puts it under behind Darky. Stadium, though, picking up the pieces again. JSW, though, going to come flying in. Can't find that second touch. Lukaku, though, there to meet it. Just, though, puts it high forward for Thrashy. JSW has gone up, puts the shot forward, looking for the double tap. Can he find it? No, he can't. Goes underneath him, but Jusk is there, and you could just see JSW like, oop, I'm having to pile on the brakes and turn away from that, as that could have been a commiserating team save. But Jusk is going to put Jaffa Cakes into the back of the net. You have to see how close JSW was making that team save.
Yeah, well done from him to avoid it. You know, you think maybe he's just going to have a paralysis there and keep his finger on the drive button, but he gets it off it. Oh, he's out by Luke! How? Saves it. One will have to do.
Oh my word, both of these teams just not backing down for a second. JSW puts it off the side there, bit of a whiff coming out from IM Stadium. Unfortunately, Darky picks up the pieces, but Jusk is going to find an opening here, looking for the pass into the midfield, but nobody there to find that shot. Darky following up again, plays it off the backboard for JSW. Lukaku, though, put the shot on from Thrash. It was huge. Stadium with the save, and Darky now with a counter-attack opportunity. Fortunately, JSW found that rotation back. The booming high ball there. Bit of a trade-out. Demolition coming out from Thrashy and Darky. The Stadium trying to make something happen here. Not too difficult for Just to deal with, as he does get that save. Thrashy's going to find that clearance, booms it down the field. Lukaku, though, gets another clear that down towards Stadium, waiting for that shot, but plays it a little bit too high. Thrashy, though, catches it in the corner, and actually Lukaku getting that bump is going to slow it down. Forces Darky to have to challenge, and Thrashy's going to go off that sidewall. Zero boost to work with, unfortunately. But he's just going to make himself a nuisance, and the bump onto Lukaku could be huge as Just actually misses the shot, and it's still kept out by this Iovi roster. Is the ball now flying down into the Jaffa Cakes side? Thrashy trying to make something happen, placed off the backboard. Lukaku there waiting, though, with a booming clearance. Stadium trying to find the redirect side split into the corner. Justo has to get that touch away as Darky was flying in for that shot, and right now, Barmanitan, it is just ridiculous, Rocket League. Oh my lord!
It really is! I mean, Jaffa Cakes having to be so purposeful with every single touch to keep it out, but they cannot hold it out any longer. Iovi get the equalizer. IM Stadium has the ball smashed home.
Smashing it home, indeed, as the Stadium is absolutely erupting right now. What a scene it has been in this series. A minute and 20 left on the clock. Darky with a good 50-50 win at the beginning there. Stadium trying to fake out Just, but Just wise to it this time. Actually forced that 50-50. Lukaku had to rotate across, gets the catch in the midfield, and a great catch it was. Actually plays it around Jusk as well. Nobody back for Jaffa Cakes, and this could be the second goal. What a play coming out from Lukaku to beat those two players. And Jusk with the whiff there has cost this side a potential loss in this game number 4. 2-1 lead for Iovi. Oh, Jaffa Cakes able to bounce back. What a scene it has been so far.
Jaffa Cakes don't bounce back. All of their hopes of top 2 are gone. They already can't catch Iovi with that game 3 defeat, but if they win here, they still have a very slight chance of catching Nocturne and Phoenix. They need to get a goal now, though, and they need to hope it comes quick, because otherwise Iovi could hold out for a very long time, because we know how strong they've been, and again, they're having to prove their defensive worth. Darky just getting up for that one. Jaffa Cakes coming so close, just can't get the touch.
So close indeed. JSW going to be the man putting the pressure back on. Good touches from Lukaku off the backboard. Actually plays around Thrashy one more time. Just is going to go up. 30 seconds left on the clock. He's going to find the second touch. Finds the flip reset as well, actually. Sets it up for JSW. Plays it on target, but Lukaku has just kept out the potential game equalizing goal. The double commit is there. Lukaku with the demo onto Juska. He's going to play it down the field. JSW is there waiting. The passing field did happen. 10 seconds left on the clock. And the ball now bouncing precariously. Thrashy trying to make something happen. The ball has to be kept up if you are on the side of the Jaffa Cakes, but it's all down the field. Stadium with the clearance, and with that, the series is going to be 2-2. And to be honest with you, Barman Etan, it couldn't have gone any other way. What a awesome series that was.
I don't know if I've ever seen two teams with more quality on the day. They've been playing back and forth every game, so close. 3 overtimes in a row, can't quite get to a fourth in this one, but still a 1-goal game nonetheless. And you know, at the start there were maybe a couple double points coming through, maybe some panics, but they certainly cut that out. The offensive plays were unbelievable, some of them coming through, and just such credit to them. I mean, unfortunately, with that win, Iovi do eliminate all of JAFFA Cakes' remaining chances for top 2, so they'll have to go through the play-ins, but the question is, have Iovi done enough to get into those top 2 playoff spots? Because Nocturne and Phoenix still have a chance to go above them, and in fact, Hops, Iovi will now be on JAFFA Cakes' side, because if Phoenix beat JAFFA Cakes in their other match, they will overtake them.
It is true, but still, I mean,
the way that JAFFA Cakes play, you have to bear in mind, Iovi, number 1 seed right now.
Yep.
So Phoenix, you know, they have got one hell of a tall order indeed. JAFFA Cakes with a fantastic performance, and their next match-up, is that it done for JAFFA Cakes, or have they got one more match-up? Do correct me.
So the remaining matchups for these, you know, there's all-important top 2 places are JAFFA Cakes versus Phoenix, and then Nocturne in the cross-conference matchup against 6th place Inferno.
So a very, very tight match-up indeed, but JAFFA Cakes are all to play for, and if JAFFA Cakes can go 4-0 against Phoenix, it's going to be right on the hot heels for Iovi and Nocturne. But what a series it was, as I'm trying to bring my energy levels down. That was just obscene, and I think potentially series of the season. It definitely in contention, that was. But wow, what a matchup it was, and you know, I didn't really know who to talk to at this stage. They were all so fantastic, these players, and I think it was. I think if one team had won, I don't think it would have done justice how close that series was. But in my head, I want to have a quick chat with Lukapu on Iovi, and then for the side of JAFFA Cakes, I have to have a chat with JSW, because oh my word, I think JSW had such a brilliant defensive display, or Jusk actually as well, who was offensively so you know, pivotal in getting those goals. But also wait for B-Shape to get these players in. I mean, but Monk, mate, give me a breakdown of what we've just seen.
The quality of RSC, that's what it is. I mean, you see these players signing up, you see the closest ever season in pretty much every tier. In all 6 tiers, Prospect, Challenger, Minor, Major, Elite, Premier, certainly not proving any different in Elite. These 2 teams are a slight difference in the standings, you wouldn't know it. The 2-all result completely reflecting them, all 3 overtime so close, and JAFFA Cakes did so well to even get to them.
That first overtime was obscene. And if there's anybody, Boopy, you're here from the social media team, can we please rip that game number 1 and put it onto YouTube, because that needs to be up there. Anyway, I'm seeing from the chat that we're going to try, from a couple of players in here, we're going to get Juska, and we're going to get Darky in, I believe. So those are the 2 players we want to try and get in right now. Dusk and Jarky. Jarky?
Jusk and Jarky.
Juska and Darky.
There you go.
We're going to be joining us up in here and have a chat over what we've just seen. Well, I know I'm stumbling on my words. Very rarely does Hop stumble his words when casting. But holy moly, what a scene that was. It was a spectacle of Rocket League, and it proves to the level at which RSC is now rising to. You know, we've seen in that first series of the evening, Flame versus Finale, an unbelievable Premier game. Flame sealing the deal and getting into that play-in position and looking for their hopes to get into playoffs in that top 1-2 position. On the other side of things, though, JAFFA Cakes and Iovi, these 2 sides really battling out, both going to be, you know, potentially meeting each other, you know, in these final stages of playoffs and play-ins, and definitely going to be interesting to see how they all kind of match up and face up as the games go along. But we have got Darky in here for the chat. I'm going to drag Jusk in as well. Jusk, Darky, how are you guys feeling after what is, you know, questionably one of the best series in RSC history?
Well, I'm still shaking, first of all, yeah.
That was quite intense. It was really intense, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable series, and like, you both had, both sides had brilliant performances, but I think what we have to touch on is the absolute clinical display and masterclass display of your defenses. I mean, when I come over to you, Darky, first, I mean, this
this side of Jaffa Cakes, they piled on the pressure. You guys made some unbelievable saves throughout that.
Yeah, it was quite tough. We always struggle against Deconfection, against Jaffa Cakes, both in scrims and earlier this season. They're really solid and they have a specific playstyle, relying on bumps a lot, and they hit their shots really well, passes as well. So it's really tough on defense. But today it worked out in a few games, didn't in some others. But I think a draw is deserved.
I do think so, and I think I think all the players, you know, if you disagree otherwise, I think a draw for the way that matchup went is definitely deserved between you two teams. It was such a battle, but I mean, that first game 1 overtime, it went almost a full 5 minutes, and you guys just did not roll over. What were the comms like in that match?
Through the whole match, we were focused, really focused, and in that overtime, everything was just on point. I feel like the saves, everything comes, and yeah, when we scored that winning goal, it was it was a relief, honestly.
I mean, what a matchup it was. But both of you guys may well, you know, Iovi, you guys have kind of sealed the deal. You will have the, you know, potential 1 and 2 spot, 1 or 2 spot, depending on the performances of Nocturne. And Jusk, you guys have confirmed yourself a spot in play-ins. You guys may well be meeting in, you know, in the next couple of weeks for all those grand titles and the title of Elite, and obviously the prize pool. And Jusk, you know, what team, you know, apart from Iovi, is a team that you are looking over your shoulder thinking, God, this is going to be one hell of a matchup?
Probably Carnage, because we played them already and we had a really tough time against them, even though we drew. I feel like they have a really solid team. Everyone is individually really good, so if they play together, they are really good. Yeah,
yeah, it's a good sign. And Darky, you know, you've got that number 1 and 2 spot indeed, you know, almost guaranteed now heading into playoffs. But you know, knowing that you have a side such as Jaffa Cakes who are going to battle through play-ins, if you meet the Jaffa Cakes in playoffs again, is there going to be a bit of more of a serious, you know, talking to ahead of the game, knowing that these guys are definitely going to bring the heat?
Yeah, for sure. After this series already, it's been pointed out by League that we should go over the replays at some point, because it's been a really good series and we always have really close games with Jaffa Cakes. So I'm thinking some preparation for a potential playoff series will be taking place, mainly looking at the replays and figuring out the weak spots.
And you know, final question for me before I hand over to the Barmanitan himself. I'm going to go over to Darky first. I mean, how confident are you in these playoffs? Do you getting that number 1 spot?
Ooh, I certainly hope so. There are some really strong teams out there that I'm really looking out for. Some teams that have been on the uprise performance-wise, such as Diamond Dust. They've been on a roll lately since their roster change, so it's going to be really tough. But I think we have a shot at taking it all. So we'll certainly be scrimming in this break in between the end of league play and the playoffs, and hopefully we'll come in well prepared.
Fantastic. And just my final question is picked by JSW. He says, mention your ritual. What is this ritual?
I don't think I can say it, but well, every time we lose a game, we sing a song.
Okay, good stuff.
Not just any song, but a specific song.
It's a specific song which I assume you cannot speak on.
I cannot.
Stream. Well, I'm glad that you held your tongue, but thank you guys so much. Monk, any final questions before we see these guys off?
I mean, that match, Jaffa Cakes Phoenix, determines so much. Both of you, which way do you think it swings? On the spot.
I don't know. Us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Darky.
ask Darky.
So.
Yeah, Darky. You know, if you know, Jaffa Cakes versus Phoenix, Darky. Honestly, you've just played Jaffa Cakes. You know what Phoenix are like. You know, a preliminary prediction from you, Darky.
At the back of my mind, I need Jaffa Cakes to peak. I need them to get a draw or win the series, so Phoenix doesn't overtake us. But realistically, I think they are both really good teams, and I struggle to play against them both. So I'll call it a draw, to be fair. I'll call it a draw.
Fantastic stuff.
Monk, any last question, mate?
No, I think I'll leave it there. You know,
I mean,
they've done so well; they deserve a rest.
They do, and what a series it was, and you know, it was definitely one of the best series we've had in RSC history. especially that game one, which was potentially the best game one we've ever seen here. What a performance it was.
Massive props.
Yeah, massive promise. It was electrifying to cast, and what a pleasure it was indeed. Guys, thank you very much for your series, but that is it done for me on the Cast and Death today, but I believe Barmanitan is going to stay on for your final series between Yahoo and Epsilon in the Challenger tier. So guys, do not go anywhere, because next up is going to be a fantastic set of Rocket League action. See you in a second.
Caught up in the matrix, have to keep waiting.